I see you in here. I see y'all rolling on in. Comment if you feeling chatty. Chat with your girls. We letting some of our friends come in. Y'all know we're a community. We don't want to start without our people. We want to make sure all of our people are on the same page, learning all the things. You see what we're talking about? Hey, hey, hey. If y'all dancing at your house, tell me y'all dancing in the chat. Because we dancing over here. Everything is a party with corner to corner. Learning how to grow your business, party. Right. Party. You're excited? We are excited. You are here, friend. We got some good news for you. Coming. Hey, Celeste, y'all. We got some good news for you. Hey. We're going to give our friends, now we love our friends. We're going to get them about 1.5 more minutes. Pull up the Coachella. Hey, we get the Coachella. Hey, I brought the squad with me. Hey, that's that like bandana vibe. Saying champagne. Okay. You know, I'm who know like all the ad-libs, but none of the real words.
Okay, look, chair dancing. You how you sit in the chair?
To the left. Turn around. Dip, then slide. To the right now. I see y'all dancing. All right, our friends gonna come on in 1 second. We got half a minute left for them. While we waiting for them, because we wait for our friends, we wait for our family, we wait for our community. Hello, Miss Bell. What's going on? Bring it up, Captain Roll. Step on. I want to see it. I want to see y'all. Y'all had a long day. Slide to the right, serve to the left, work to the left. Okay, listen, y'all had a long day. Y'all came to party corner to corner. There's no greater place to be on a Thursday, ain't that right, Jazz?
No better place.
Right here. We're going to let Beyonce fade on out. That's going to be our cue to get started. And as y'all come on in, I see y'all coming in by the dozens. Hello.
Come on in, y'all.
All right, let's do it, Jazz. Listen, y'all coming in by the dozens, which means y'all must have been at the same place. Okay? The same workhouse trying to get out and do entrepreneurship. So we see you guys. We are happy to see you guys. Yes, at 7 o'clock. A lot of y'all, a few of y'all on now, so hello. Email me and was like, Shayna, I missed that 3 o'clock. Shayna, I was still at work. So Jasmine and I were like, we love you guys. We love our community. We here for you. We show up for you no matter what. And because of that, we decided to do a surprise 7 o'clock live stream. Now, most entrepreneurship or most of these webinars are either recorded or they say it's live, but it's kind of not live. It's live, okay? Live at 5, and by 5 I mean 7. You know, that rhyme didn't work out. But we are live and here for you.
Absolutely.
So we're happy to see you. Hello. If you don't know who we are, we're gonna fill you in just a minute. But we want to get started for what you came here for, because we are no fluff, not inspiration, only information today. And we are excited to get started. Guys, welcome, friends, welcome to our live, free, limited time masterclass.
Yes.
3 simple steps, turning your business dream into a money-making reality. And we are so excited. We're going to be interactive. So if you're driving, focus on the road. But if you're not, I want you to go ahead right now while I'm talking to go get a pen and paper. I'm stalling for you. Go get you a pen, go get you a piece of paper, because what I'm teaching you right now, you can put in practice tonight to grow that business that you have. If you're ready, say I'm ready, and let's get started.
And let us know where you're coming from. Like, put that in the chat as well so we can know who's all tuned in and where you're tuning in from.
Love it. Well, I'm ready to get started. Let's do this.
Let's go. So here we go. All right, so who here has a business idea? So we got Auntie Oprah here. She's like, you got an idea, right?
Yeah.
So let's get real. You know, you have something that you do better than anybody else. You know, that can be cooking, that can be fashion. Listen, I'm seated to the fashionista herself right here next to me, right? It could be helping people solve a problem. It can be hair, and the list goes on and on, but you just don't know how to make enough money where you're able to quit your day job and really pursue being your own boss.
Absolutely. So you dream big. You have passions, talents, drive. You have that. And nobody can take that away from you. And you've been doing the thing for free for your friends and family for a long time. I know you have, because we have, and lots of other entrepreneurs have. And with the gas prices almost being about $6,
Listen.
I jokingly told them today, gas prices are $46.99.
Listen,
You
yeah.
have exactly $0 left for maybes, for kind of sorters, for we don't have any money for that. We only have money to know how we're gonna grow this thing, and that's what we're here for today. So if you're uncertain about what the next steps to be, maybe you're thinking people from out east or out north never make enough money to pay their bills unless they play sports or they hit it big or they hit the lotto.
Yeah.
And so you have decided that you're just gonna live your life playing it safe, but you have also decided maybe safe isn't the right thing for me. I want to make the best business decision for my family, but I also want to live out loud, live boldly, bravely, and on purpose. So this is for you if that's how you feel it.
And so, like Shana said, wherever you are starting at, we got your back, right?
Yeah. So speaking of out east, a lot of our success stories here at Corner to Corner, you'll hear more about us a little bit later because we want to let you know that we are not new to the show. Okay. I have helped over 700,
Yes.
over
Put some respect on
700.
your name now.
Right, exactly. Over 700 Black entrepreneurs plan, start, and grow their own small businesses. And Jasmine has led enrollment for one of the largest classes. So we're not new to this. And, people from out east, people from out north, people from the west side of Atlanta, right? We can do this. So this is Marcus Buggs, the owner of Coneheads. And in a pandemic where 41% of Black businesses were closing, he was thriving. And not only does he own Coneheads over our Dickerson, tell them Corner to Corner sent you if you roll up.
Yeah.
But also he owns a cocktail lounge called Plain Jane. So not one, but two businesses because of the information that he's learning that you're going to learn tonight.
Absolutely. And here's another one of our Academy alumni, Adrian. So the principles that we're going to teach tonight, she was able to use them to enhance her business practices and her business structure. And she was able to take these things and more than double her income, right? So she was able to use everything that we taught to really strengthen the foundation of her business in the midst of a pandemic. Like she was able to do exceedingly well.
And the hits keep coming. This is Jay. Jay has a natural hair care line, and she was able to get her hair care line on Walmart.com and has made so much money and really is now transitioning from her day job to working full time in her business. And that was only from a number of years. So it's not going to take your whole lifetime. It's something that you can do. There are practical principles to this, and we want to make sure that you know it. So drop in the chat. We're going to be talking tonight, so I need y'all to talk back with me. Drop in the chat if you're saying, I'm next, I'm next, I'm next. If you're next, if you're saying, I'm going to be like Marcus, I'm going to be like Jay, I'm going to be like Adrian, drop in the chat that you're next, and we're excited to get started.
Absolutely. So who is ready to turn their business dream into a money-making reality, right? We gather here because this is what we want to do. So like Shana said, I'm ready in the chat. All right. And so Shana already kind of gave you a brief overview of who we are. And we are so excited to spend the next hour with you. So I know you guys was getting ready earlier, but make sure you have your pen and paper ready because we're about to take off for the next hour. You ready, Shana?
I'm ready. And guys, if you have any, we need you to drop in the chat. We need you to talk to us. Also, at the bottom of your screen, there's a Q&A tab that helps us to find the questions easily. And we'll have a Q&A section here in a little bit. So make sure you're dropping your questions in the Q&A tab. Let's talk in the chat. If you drop them in the chat, it's totally fine, but it helps me to find them a little bit easier. So if this training is for you, if you want to know how to start your business with little or no money, the best way to increase your potential customers with easy marketing. Marketing is not complicated when you first start your business. It should be easy. And lastly, the easiest way to keep it all together, no degree needed. This training is for you if you say yes to one of those three things. Also, this is for you if you don't have time to watch every YouTube channel about business and kind of stack them all together. This is for you if you need a community of other Black entrepreneurs in your corner teaching you how to do it. And if you're ready to work on your business and see success for yourself this year, we're not waiting until forever. This year. So if you did not identify with any of those, we love you, we support you, but maybe this isn't the right webinar for you in Masterclass. But if you said yes to one of those, then stay tuned to the end because we got your back. Absolutely.
So listen, our promise to you, okay, during this training, you're going to learn our 3-part proven framework for turning your business dream into a money-making reality to start and helping you to start your business without breaking the bank, right? And helping you to expand your marketing as well to people who are going to pay you to do you and to confidently bring your entire self to what you do. Listen, I need y'all to say that with me, okay? Bring your entire self to what you do. All right? That's very important.
Let the church say amen. So we ready to get started. If you don't have your pen and paper, go on and grab it. But if you do, let's get it. So the first step in this 3-step proven method is not fluff. It's not stuff we think we know. It's stuff we know we know. The first step is to start small so you can start now. Start small so you can start now. So the myth here is only people with trust funds or top paying jobs can afford to start a small business. But in reality, you can start your small business right now, today. You have what it takes. And I'm going to help you know how to start it with little or no money. Okay? Little or no money. Trust your friend. Start small so you can start now. So what is less than free, Jasmine? What's less than free?
More free.
Free or free? Okay.
Freer than that.
Freer
the free
than that.
Of the free.
Okay. Let the free say I am free.
Yes.
Okay, as Jay-Z said, what's higher than number one? What's freer than free? Nothing. So right now, I'm going to tell you different ways you can start your business for free. The first is a product-based business. Now, if you have a product, then let me explain what a product is just to make sure you can self-identify. If you have something tangible that you ship in exchange for money, that you give away or that you sell in exchange for money. So that could be body butters, that could be glasses, that could be accessories, that could be mugs, it could be purses, bags, it could be a tent, whatever it is that you sell, something that you make with your hands, trinkets, whatever you sell for money, that is a product-based business. So if you have that and you're like, Shana, I don't have the money for inventory, I want to teach you how to start with pre-orders. So pre-orders is when people see what they want. You give them a list. You may have taken some pictures of things you've done in the past. They see what they want. They order what they want from you. The great thing about pre-orders and why it's free is because you're gonna take the money that they give you. Not only are you going to buy enough ingredients or items for their order, but you're going to reinvest the profits that you would have gotten from that order to buy more so you can create in bulk. So one person's order should be able to create 2, 3, 4, 5, however much you can make of the product that you serve or that you ship. And so if you have a product-based business, you should be taking pre-orders. And you can do this on your social media direct messages, a Google form, on your website, text message, however you get orders and however you get money, you can take those pre-orders. Now, the one thing I want to remind you, and I would be remiss if I didn't say this, let the customer know that their item is a pre-order. And so you'll just say, hey, it's not going to ship out tomorrow. Once you order it, I'm going to create it. It'll be about a 2-week lag. But the more pre-orders you get, the more inventory you'll have because of those additional profits that you're charging. And then that time will go from 2 weeks to 1 week to a few days. And then your business is rolling like a snowball. The next type of business is a service-based business. And you guys comment in the chat if you have a service-based business or if you have a product-based business. Comment in the chat so I'll kind of know what we're working with here. But a service-based business, if you're a hairstylist, do lawn care, do a car wash, you're a babysitter, you're giving a service in exchange for money. So let's say you have a cleaning company. What you're going to do to start for free is that you're going to go in your house, in your kitchen, in your bathroom. You're going to pull out all of the things that you use to do what you do. You're going to pull out all the things you need to clean a house. You're going to use what you have from home, clean that house up, honey. Take some of the 1 or 2 of those trash bags, clean that house up. And then once they pay you, you're going to go and buy those ingredients or the things you need to do your job in bulk and use that in order to push that service along. And those profits will be, that help you keep more profit down the road and start for free. So start what you got at your house, use to buy in bulk, and then it'll give you more profits as you go along.
So it's all about reinvesting, right?
Exactly. Reinvesting yourself, in your business, in your dreams. And you only have to reinvest for so long because once that kind of creates a snowball, then you're able to have profits and pay yourself. And the last type of business we'll talk about today is a fashion or lifestyle type of business. So many people have amazing Juneteenth shirts or t-shirts, motivational shirts, group shirts, family reunion shirts, whatever type of, lifestyle brand, t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, whatever that you create, I want you to consider drop shipping. Let me explain what drop shipping is if you've never heard of it before. Drop shipping is where you create the idea, you create the design, you put it online, you put it on Instagram, and then when people click the link, it actually goes to a drop shipping company. It's a professional company that once they get a single order, they have every color shirt you can think of, every size shirt you can think of, and they press your actual design and they ship it for you. They do all the legwork to allow you to operate in your genius zone and really be exactly who you want to be, which is the business builder. And of course, you pay them a fee and then you keep the rest. So it really is a great partnership, and there's some awesome drop shippers out there. So those are 3 types of ways in your business, no matter what type of business you have, to start for free.
And one more thing about the drop shipping, it helps you keep creative control, right?
Yes.
And you also keep your time. And we all love our time.
Okay, reclaiming my time. Our good old Auntie Maxie reminds us reclaim your time. So if you don't believe me, let me tell you about Oddity Mall. Oddity Mall has 31 million Facebook fans, and is ranked #1 on Google for many products. But they don't ship anything themselves. They get to create these tchotchkes and these oddities and these really cool little gifts. Once you order, they outsource it to another manufacturer, another group, and they ship everything. They get to have the fun and do the TikToks and have the blog and create the crazy, amazing gifts. And then somebody else does the legwork for them. So you can take that model and do that for yourself.
Yes. And so, we've been talking about starting small, right? And, we have to share the story of Shaquita, one of our other Academy alumni. She talks about how starting small was really what helped her. And she said starting small isn't as bad as it sounds. It gives you enough time to get some footing under you, and it helps you to actually build the foundation of your business, right? To what you want it to be, so that it can be sustainable and that you can kind of implement those things that you want, as you move forward. So starting small, starting out is a good way to go.
All right, so if you're taking notes, I want to just make sure you got it down just to review. Start small so you can start now. Start for free based on the opportunities already available to you, and then reinvest. That's what we call starting small. So you can start now. You can do it, and you can do it today. All right, Jazz, what's number 2, girl?
Okay, so listen, we're going to keep trucking right on into step number 2. I hope you guys are hanging on with us. Make sure you're commenting in the chat what your businesses are, okay? And so step number 2, we're going to talk about marketing without risk. Okay, so the myth is to grow my business and get more customers, I have to spend a lot of money on ads or dance around on Beyonce's internet. Now, that may be okay for Shayna because my girl got the moves, okay? But some of us are just fine with our little 1-2 step, okay? And that's enough. But the reality of it is that you can easily utilize social media for free to increase your visibility when growing your business organically, and you don't need a lot of followers, okay? And so let's talk about marketing without breaking the bank. So marketing is all about knowing your customers and what they will really need help with. And so this comes when you're able to really talk about your product, right? How does it help them? Are you able to paint a picture of what your product is, what it does, and how it actually solves the problem for your customer? And you can do this creatively. You can do this intentionally, strategically, and joyfully. Listen, if you've been following Corner to Corner, everything we do is filled with joy, right?
Absolutely.
And so, you share the benefits of your products and services that make them feel as if they already know you. I think all of us have like a celebrity that's like an auntie or an uncle or a cousin in our heads, right?
Tabitha Brown.
Okay, because that's our business.
Right, period.
Okay. But it makes you feel like you already know them without spending all of your money. And so how do we do this? And we do this through relationships, okay? So this relationship is one that we call of know, like, and trust. You're building these through free and organic and consistent conversations on social media. And so, if for those of you who have your social media, as a matter of fact, put it in the chat. Say, yes, I have my own social media, like you have your own Facebook or Instagram or TikTok.
Tag your own business.
Yeah,
so we can follow you.
Right. Yeah, drop those in the chat. And so how you really enhance those relationships, instead of just saying thank you for following, or if they give you a compliment, instead of just saying thanks or just like those 1 or 2 word responses, actually engage in conversation with them.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, you're a makeup artist, ask them, what kind of makeup do you use, or what's your skincare regimen? Really get some insight on what they're using and see how they can benefit from your products, and you're able to turn a follower into a fan and a fan into a customer. Okay.
Yes.
And so ultimately, what we want to do, we want our customers to feel your values. You want your customers to feel your values. So when you are building a connection with your audience, you're reminding them that you are a necessity, okay? You are a must have and not a nice to have, okay?
Yes.
So you want to use words like custom and handmade and upscale, because I know I will, Shayna. I'll pay for an experience, right?
Yes.
If I'm able to cultivate it, or people who are able to customize something according to your preferences or your liking, it makes your customer feel like they are a part of the process. So include those things in your marketing so that they know that it's not just a business, but it is an experience that they deserve.
And let me add to that as we go on to relationship builders here, that I saw online that places like Target and Walmart and Kohl's are doing huge rollbacks because they ordered more products than people are buying. Back in the pandemic, people were buying new TVs and loungewear and cooking things, but now they have an abundance of products because nobody's shopping for things for home. They're buying experiences and traveling and things they can do in community. So if you have a business that can build a community around it, if you're teaching people how to how to do their own makeup, or if you're teaching people how to, Kim, I saw you here, how to be an artist or use glass or how to do anything like that, you're now creating a community and teaching them how to do it. And that's where the money is, through those experiences. And so exactly what Jasmine said, she hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely. And so all of those things, create memories, right? And so when we talk about relationship building, there are some of the ways we build relationships and reach our customers that can help you expand your audience and your network. So that's through Instagram and Facebook Lives. That's through being a guest on different podcasts. Shayna has been a guest on several podcasts where she has been able to share some of the very things that we're telling you about today. Networking groups, you can pretty much type in a keyword on Facebook and all of the groups will pop up for you. Even being a guest blogger in many workshops, especially for product-based businesses where you're able to get a small group of people in front of you and experience your products firsthand, and you can get testimonials from them.
Yes. All of those things are really amazing and great. And I want to remind you guys that it's not about the people who are watching, particularly on those lives and things like that. Do not lean into the number of people watching. Why? Because you need practice. Yeah. We practice this. I practice on Facebook Live. If you follow us on Instagram at Corner to Corner, which you should, or Facebook, I practice. I'll go live all the time to get some practice. So don't get hung up on who's watching, but prepare yourself for when people are watching that this is not your first rodeo. You know how to share your screen. You know what buttons to press. You know all the things because you have actually done it. And then secondly, those little mini groups that Jasmine talked about, 2, 3, 4 people is enough. Don't despise small beginnings, because that again helps you to be able to tweak and iterate on a smaller scale before you get hundreds and thousands of people at a seminar and you're like, I don't know where to start. It always starts small, so you can start now. And just like Jeff did, Jeff is one of our alumni at the Academy from Full Sport Press Podcast. And so Jeff loves sports. Obviously, he's not a professional athlete, so he's trying to understand how he's going to get more people to listen to his podcast. He did a couple of strategic things. The first is that he had co-hosts. Why is that important, Jasmine? It's important because then they were sharing it out on their socials and their circles, bringing more listenership to the podcast. And the second thing he did, he engaged on other sports pages. And so to see a regular guy who's not an athlete or a sports commentator have opinions about sports and opinions about plays, it then invited other people from those circles who are already on those places to talk back and forth with him. And then it pushed people who also identify as a regular guy who loves sports, who loves to talk about sports, who wants a community of people to the podcast. So you can do the same thing when you're building that know, like, and trust factor.
Absolutely. So listen, I want to make sure you guys are writing this down. So step number 2 is to utilize the people who follow you on social media. Remember those things that Shayna said, and create true and deep relationships so they value your business and see you as a necessity. They see you as a must have, right? And not just a nice to have.
I like that. Say it with us. That you are a must have and not a
just
nice to
a nice
have.
to have,
Yes,
right? Like, listen, they need you. Like, they want to know, how can I book you now, or what
We
can I
are
buy
not
now?
optional over here, honey. We
Right.
are essential workers.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, so that was step number 2. But there is one main piece that's needed
Yeah.
to turn your business dreams into a money making reality. I'm gonna give you a second. I want to know what you think. What's the main piece that's needed to turn your business dream into a money
You
making
want to see it in
reality?
the comments. What
Yeah.
y'all
Put
think?
it in the chat. Let me know what you think the main piece is. I see you guys are dropping your business and your handles. We love to see it. Y'all go follow each other, network in the chat. What do you think is the main thing that's needed to turn your business dreams into a money making reality? I'm gonna do a 4-second countdown, Jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
So 4, 3, 2, 1. I got some good. I got to take action. I got consistency. But
Good.
the main thing is you.
You are the main thing.
And so step 3 is be the expert. Now I know a lot of people saying it feels like a warm and fuzzy hug. First of all, we like a good warm and fuzzy hug,
Yes.
but this is actual and practical.
Yes.
Hear me out. Step 3 is be the expert. So the myth is I have to know everything about my business industry to be the expert. The reality is that you are an expert for the problem that you solve
Yes.
in your community. So let me take Kim, for example. Kim is an artist, and she doesn't have to know the history of art and who made the Mona Lisa and anything like that. Obviously, I know she's not a painter, but just the idea of knowing everything about being an artist. Instead, she can say, I understand glass. I understand what it's like to do it in your part-time. I understand what it's like not to have a workshop. I understand what it's like to be mobile, maybe have kids, have people and family out of town. She can be her niche community's expert to really say, I want to get into this hobby or get into this industry. I want to learn more.
Absolutely. And just to add another thing, Shayna, because we really want to emphasize this, because we have people coming to us all the time who are saying, I need to get this other degree. I need to get another certification. I need to learn how to do all of this and all of that before I start. And there is something specific that you already know how to do, a problem that you already know how to solve. Okay.
So how to leverage your expertise. You have to see and believe in the best and highest version of yourself.
Yes.
You have to see and believe in your ability so you can step into the expert that you are. So sometimes we can't see ourselves. We can't really see how what we know is special. So if you have a friend or a neighbor or a coworker, a trusted advisor, a family member, ask them, what do I do best in this industry? If you're a hairstylist, you don't have to know everything about all kinds of hair, blonde hair and color treated hair and natural hair. You might say, hey, I only focus on 4C hair or hair that's not been, chemically processed. And if you're not sure where you thrive, then ask somebody. I've been your hairstylist for 20 years. I've done 15 different hairstyles on you. What do you love that I do and you come back for? And keep asking that question until you get a consensus.
Yeah, Shayna, that is so good, because sometimes we get lost in the sauce of everything, right? And people close to us can really give us the insight on some things that we probably never even thought of. Like, you know what? I really do that pretty well, right? Yeah, that's
I
great.
agree. So if you are trying to figure out how to leverage your expertise, can a 3rd grader teach a kindergartner something?
Yes.
Absolutely. They can teach them their ABCs, how to tie their shoes, how to look both ways when they cross the street. They can teach them a lot. Although a 3rd grader doesn't have a lot of life experience, she has value and knowledge to offer in the same way. You can offer advice and tips for people who are just learning about your product or industry for the first time. Let me give you some examples if you don't believe me. I've been using shea butter since 1989. And let me tell you what I learned a couple weeks ago. You're supposed to put the shea butter on before you do your oils, like your baby oil gel, your coconut oil gel. Nobody told me that.
That blew my mind, because I didn't know either.
Right. So just telling me that there is an order, and the reason why you do that is to lock in the moisture from the shea butter. I didn't know there was an order to it. And so for me, the lady who sold me the shea butter and gave me that information is now an expert because she taught me something I did not know. And that it makes sense. And I've been seeing a difference in my skin and how soft my skin stays because of the shea butter. So you can do that for a photographer. If you're a photographer, everybody's doing no filter now. But what's the best posing and lighting for me to have the best selfie with no filter, guys? Anything that you want to know, you're a stay-at-home mom, or you want to start a mom nonprofit, then you're posting affirmations every day that people can repost. You're talking about mommy guilt. You may be giving tips or tricks on how to be the best mother to a toddler or gentle parenting or whatever it is that is in the lane by which feels good to you and feels like a lane you want to explore in your business. And you are the expert. Answer some questions and give some expertise.
Absolutely. And speaking of nonprofit, one of the things we found is that life experience, right? It can add to your expertise. Now, this is Amia Butler. She's the founder of the nonprofit for the After 20 Project. And the purpose of her nonprofit was to help daughters and young girls heal, for those parents who may have been, incarcerated. And so her vision came about because her father was incarcerated, and she remembered how she felt and those things that she went through as a young girl. Just those experiences that she may have missed out on. So she was able to lean into her expertise, right? Because of this life experience she had, and she saw the problem, right? Mm-hmm. She brought her expertise to it, and she was able to bring about the solution to this community of young girls who experience and parents being incarcerated.
Yes. So the third way, guys, and again, hang out with us because we have a lot more to offer. I see a couple people have jumped in the middle. You are welcome here with us. We are so happy to see you. And we are talking to each other. We build a community in the chat. So make sure you guys are dropping your questions under the Q&A, telling us some things that you learned, your aha moments. Yeah. We want to see the things that really resonated with you. We wanted to make sure we know, because then we want to share this with our community, because we are not gatekeepers. We share. So please, every single person, if you hear me, drop in the chat something that you've learned or maybe reinforce or how you're feeling about what we're talking about today in the chat, so you can kind of give us a little bit of feedback. But the third step is to use your knowledge, experience, and expertise to bring about change and education and awareness and bring others into your business community. Now, we're not done yet, so stay with us because we want to make sure we answer your questions and you have all the information you need.
Absolutely. So let's do a quick recap, okay? So let's recap our 3-step process. So step number 1 was about starting small. Step number 2 was about marketing without the risk. And number 3 was all about you, who is the expert for the problem you came to solve.
Yes, and this 3-step approach is responsible for 100% of the growth of our successful Academy students who started out just like you. People who started out with a business dream, didn't know where to start, didn't have extra funds, didn't have a degree, didn't want to go back to school, not interested in student loans, but they want to grow a business and they need help, they need support in a community. This approach that we're teaching you today is responsible for their growth.
Absolutely. But the truth is, there is so much under the surface, right? There's so much under the surface for starting a business. You got to think about your startup costs, your ongoing costs, break it even so you can actually start seeing money coming in, right? Thinking about your business structure, even certain licenses, depending on the type of business you have, planning for your financial future, even, having that all-star pitch. So when you go out into the community, you're able to really sell your products and services. There's so much to starting a business, and we want you to know that we can help you with the knowledge, the network, and the tools to do it.
So you have 2 options, and either option, whichever is right for you. The first option, you can continue to dream in silence. You can wonder if this is a possibility for you. You can be in the same place next year that you are today, that you were a year ago, and not really leaning into that thing you have on the inside of you that's saying, go, go, go. Yes, yes, yes. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Or you can pick option 2. Yeah. Option 2 is to get help from the experienced experts who can provide you with the knowledge of how to get started the right way. We want to help you get started the right way. So introducing the Academy that is powered by Corner to Corner. Corner to Corner is the only Nashville-based nonprofit that offers this exclusive program designed to equip underestimated entrepreneurs with the skills they need to plan, start, and grow their own small businesses.
Absolutely. So The academy is for you, okay? If you are ready to make a commitment to 2.5 hours a week for 10 weeks, which is once a week, to work on your business with other like-minded entrepreneurs. I'm talking about whatever your favorite show is, okay? You know, you're just gonna sacrifice that 2.5 hours just once a week,
Yes.
dedicated to actually building your business. And you want to get your business idea solid and known. You want to be able to say that, hey, I want to get out here and meet potential customers, and you are willing to be mentored by some of the best of Nashville's leading entrepreneurs. And so, you know, we mentioned a little bit about the Academy earlier, but this is what the Academy has done so far. We have almost 700 Black Academy alumni who have come through this program, and they have put $13 million so far. Well, let me put some respect on there. They put over $13 million so far back into the Nashville neighborhood economy. This spring, we graduated the largest class ever, and we've now become one of the fastest growing nonprofits here in Middle Tennessee. So all of this was possible because the business dream became a money-making reality, and as a result, we are here to help people like you do the same.
Absolutely. And listen, I want to talk about what the Academy offers so you'll really know exactly what you're getting into. But before I do that, the Academy is going to give you a lot more knowledge than we've given you today. But I want to know what you learned today. So if you're doing me a favor right now, drop in the chat what you've learned. Drop in the chat how you're feeling. Drop in the chat if you feel empowered, if you know that you can go forward with your business, if you can put these practical steps into plan today. And of course, I see your questions in the chat. I'm going to get to those in just a second, but I want to make sure you understand what the Academy is and what we offer. First is a no fluff curriculum. I'm all about empowerment, inspiration, but this is practical steps to start your business with these training modules each week without business experience or a formal education. It's written on a fifth grade reading level, so you can approach this knowing you have confidence that you are able to do it, and we're here to help. Now, we also apply this training to your real-time business application. What does that mean? That means we're not talking about Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. We're talking about you.
We want to know about your business
and what you want and how you define success for yourself. So start thinking about that. How do you define success for yourself? Knowing the exact pieces you need to grow that business, and you'll leave it a completed visual business plan that you can follow so you can fill it out. All the steps that you need on your business are in this visual plan. It's not overwhelming. We'll walk you through it step by step. The next is a dynamic, and I say dynamic intentionally, in-person instruction. So you can put your training into practice with these in-person classes and cohorts that are led by former graduates, people who are 10 steps ahead of you, who know exactly where you've been and what you need. There are 10 convenient locations where you live, work, and play. Antioch, Murfreesboro, Nashville, we're all over the place. But we got you covered. We heard your cry, and we are answering that call to be all over the situation, honey, all over Middle Tennessee. And if you can't be a part of that, you also can attend a virtual cohort. Now, listen, the secret sauce is the in-person experience. So please, we'll talk about signing up in a second, but if you have the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. If you have the choice to come in person or virtual, I hope you choose in person. And you're able to build those relationships with business owners in a small group setting. So can you imagine being able to do exactly what you're doing, but in a small group, in a group with other entrepreneurs? So the people in the chat would be in your class. And then lastly, we teach your step-by-step foundational information, accounting, legal, pitching your business, so much more. We teach it all in this class. Y'all, my computer's dying. Give me 1 second to grab the charger here. I got it. Next, industry experts. We have 104 exclusive access to our mentors, and our mentors are real mentors. Somebody's like, is it a webinar? Is it like a group thing? We have lots of opportunities, but these mentors, these guest speakers come into your class and they teach you tips, tricks, and advice on how to avoid those early business pitfalls. And you get to network and learn from business owners in Nashville, many of whom have grown $1 million businesses. So if they can do it, why not you? We have a pitch contest. Y'all don't even know this contest is fantastic. One of my favorite parts of the Academy. You pitch your business to a captive audience of thousands of potential customers, both in person and virtually. And if you're selected to pitch your business, you can enter to win 20,000. Yes, that's worth of cash and prizes. And also you gain exposure to dozens of national businesses who use our graduates rather, for corporate events, needs, conferences, and experiences. So we give a lot. And we're not even done yet. And this is the high level overview. We also have a graduation celebration, which is the biggest block party in Middle Tennessee. If you've been to graduation, drop in the chat so that people know
what
what's
time it is.
What time it is. Yes, ma'am. We network with between 800 and 1,000 Nashville residents who are also here to support you, who may also be business owners, who may also be looking to help. So talk about potential customers without dancing on Beyonce's internet. We're giving you 1,000 just right there. The buffet to help you grow your business. Lastly, we raise visibility for your business in our jam-packed celebration event. You got this. We're excited to support you. The Academy has all of that and so much more.
Now, Shayna, listen, just for a minute, like y'all, Shayna just dropped all of that on y'all, and that isn't even scratching the surface. Like that was a little modest, you know. But I just got a question for you. So, how much do you think an entire program dedicated to your business growth and unmatched entrepreneurship education and community building, how much do you think a program like that is worth? So in the chat, just type, a couple things like, how much do you think a program like that is worth? We want to see it.
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. I saw that picture from graduation. It just took me back to how it was packed from the front to the back.
From the front door to the back, to the window to the wall. All right, Linda said thousands. Who else can tell me how much they think it's worth? Let me see you. Put it in the chat how much you think it's worth. I saw some people say thousands. So much, thank you so much, guys, for all of your chats and you telling us the things you've taken away. You have said while we wait, and graduation was so lit. It gives corner to corner, gives away good knowledge and motivation. Yes, we love to support you guys. $15,000. Well, we have all these things. And again, these are modest numbers based on the research we've done at the lowest amount that we could find. Our class alone, our 10-week program, will be valued at $7,200. But you pay only $140. Only $140. Okay, let me tell you why. The reason why is because we are a nonprofit, and so we have a private funding available as a nonprofit. So the Academy is available to you at 90% off what it normally costs. Ain't no store, ain't no shirt, ain't no Nike outlet. They're not having anything that's 90% off the normal cost. Yes, but because people want to support you and believe in the work you're doing, and we believe in the work you're doing, we want to make sure this is 90% off for you. So take advantage today. We have dropped that link in the chat, and we're also going to go through, answer some questions that we know that you have, frequently asked questions, and also answer the questions you guys have. So hang out with us for a little bit more.
Absolutely. So imagine what it would be like, right? To get the help from experienced experts who can provide you with the knowledge of how to get started the right way. You have access to a wider network, a close-knit community to share and promote your business, and the right next steps to turn your business dream into a money-making reality. And so, because we are so committed to this, one of the bonuses that will be extended to all of you all automatically, you're going to receive an invitation to our summer mixer. And it's going to be a time to mix and mingle with us. We're going to have some of Nashville's entrepreneur celebrities there, just really offering like all of the gems, all of the nuggets, like they drop every single time, right? And and other aspiring entrepreneurs who are committed to making their business dream a money-making reality.
Yeah, and the Academy opens right now. It actually opened at 3:00, and so the chat has the link if you're ready to sign up. Again, we want to answer some questions for you. And this little limited time offer is not fake, it's not infomercial style. The reason why it is limited time, because we have a certain space, and the fire marshal told us we only can have so many people there. And so we're going to send that to you. And people who are watching the replay, a couple people did email me and say they couldn't make it live, but we'll be sending out the replay in the coming days. If you're watching the replay, you also are extended these bonuses because you've taken the time out to watch the replay, and you'll get more information, guys, throughout the week via email. So make sure you're reading all the emails from us Don't worry, you don't have to email me. I'm gonna email you and let you know where, when, why, and all the things. The next ebook, or the next bonus that you're getting is an ebook.
Yes.
This ebook is the 11 necessary steps for aspiring Black entrepreneurs that you can do this weekend. So you have little or no money. The ebook has no money that you need to do these next steps, and they are required and necessary to start this business. So we're giving that to you for free via email. We're going to send it out in the next few days because we want you to start right now. We don't want you to wait. We want to start today.
Absolutely. So you've already told them, Shayna, that the total cost of the academy is $7,200, and our bonus for the summer mixer is valued at $297. The ebook is valued at $37. So $7,200 plus $334, and I believe they want to know how much they would have to pay for all of it.
That's a lot of stuff. I mean, it might cost them. It might. Well, Jazz, how much they gonna pay, friend?
$140.
Nothing changes. We're giving you the bonuses for free. We're giving you a free ebook, and it's not a one page. No, it is a full book that we have sitting down, done the research, written about, answered your frequently asked questions, and taken the experience from all of our alumni. So I know how to make sure that you know what you need to know. And also that summer mixer that we're paying for is going to be really fun. Absolutely. All of that is free for you because we love you. We want to support you. We want you to get started today, not yesterday, but today. So, common questions. All right, the first, Jazz, is I'm going to ask Jasmine, how does the selection process work, and is my seat guaranteed?
All right, so when completing the application, it's going to take you about 8 minutes. Don't worry, we timed it because we know we love our time now, but we timed it. And so the best thing to do is to complete it fully. So it should be in the chat, okay? And another thing, as you're completing it and as it's loading to different pages, and you press and submit, just give it time for the other pages to load. But that is how you complete the application. And so how the selection process works is because, Corner to Corner Academy, we have so much demand, but only a certain amount of spots available in each enrollment period. So the process is going to select applicants with a computer-generated randomization process. And so this allows all of our neighbors to have an opportunity to be selected equally, equitably, and fairly. And so, Shayna, can you just really speak to our heart behind the reason why we're doing the process like this?
So we love all of our neighbors. If you know anything about Corner to Corner, you know that everything we do is for our community. And the demand for the academy has blown up. It is so much demand, but we want to make sure that finances are not a barrier. We want to make sure that it's not first come, first serve. So y'all heard about it and you run into the race and you're only telling your friends and neighbors so they could get all those seats. We are not gatekeepers here. We want to make sure that our friends out east, out north, out south, our Murfreesboro people, what's up to y'all? If you out in Clarksville, wherever you are, you have an opportunity to participate in the class. Because of that, we decided to, instead of waiting to say who can pay their money first, we want to do a computer generated. So no favoritism. It's not my cousin or Jasmine's best friend. Computer generated randomization process. So you'll get randomly selected and not dependent on your financial ability or if you know about it before anybody else. So that's why we do it easily, equitably, and fairly.
Absolutely. So I got 3 questions for you, Shayna.
All right.
How long is the program?
Okay.
What days or times are they? And where is the program?
So the program is 10 weeks. The classes are from 6 to 8:30 p.m. That's 2.5 hours and will be held once a week. You get to choose your day, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. You only have to pick one day, and it's both in-person and virtual options. Again, do me a favor, choose the in-person option if you can. You will not regret it. That is the secret sauce. That's the community. That's a lot of fun. That's where I can pop in, have some fun, be the substitute teacher. Sometimes they let me kind of do my thing. And then also, if you pick a day, you do need to stay with that class. Kind of like going to a family reunion for somebody else's family. Like you don't know what's happening because they've known each other since birth. You want to stick with your family, your crew, your community. So that's why we asked you to pick one day and stay in that class the entire 10 weeks. And again, those exact locations will be announced later, but the classes right now in person are in the Nashville, Antioch, and Murfreesboro area. Again, we do have virtual if you can't make an in-person cohort. So when does the next cohort start? Jasmine, how do I sign up?
So the next cohort starts the week of September 1st, right? The first week of September, rather. And so by filling out the form that we have in the chat, your name will be entered into the randomization process. So again, the link is in the chat. Make sure you complete it fully and make sure that you go throughout the whole entire application. And so you can do that in 3 simple steps. So you register with the enrollment form that I mentioned that's in the chat. And then you can check your phone and email between the dates of August 1st and August 5th, where we will notify you if the randomized process selected your application. And so if your application is chosen, then a $25 seat deposit is required to secure your spot by August 5th. And the remaining balance of $115 is due by November 1st for a total enrollment fee of $140. Now, you heard Shayna mention about finances, right? We don't like finances to be a barrier. So for those who are chosen, we do have a payment plan process where you pay your $25 to secure your spot. And each week that you're in the program, you can actually pay down on your balance. So we made it easy and flexible for you.
Yes. It's our own little like layaway. You know, I grew up on layaway. So this is my version of a layaway. So we want you to sign up today. Obviously, the link is in the chat. And of course, we'll send you the link via email in the coming days. But if you're like, Shana, I need to do it now, theacademynashville.org/enrollment/ yes, you need both of them because I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg said so, maybe I don't know why that is there, but it's necessary. theacademynashville.org/enrollment/. All right, y'all got it? Y'all got it? Y'all should be commenting. We're going to go to questions in 1 second. I appreciate so much of your chats here telling us that you know that it's worth it, that you've already signed up, that you're encouraging your friends to do it. We're going to go to Q&A in 1 moment. But guys, I want to remind you of 2 things. 1, your community is waiting.
Absolutely.
They're waiting for you.
Absolutely.
They're waiting for you to say yes to what you know, yes to what you can do, and yes, that they can give you money to do it. Your community is waiting. And I also, while we answer the questions, and Paige is going to help us out, I want you guys, if you haven't already, to tell us what you've learned. Put it in the chat. I need to see, Jasmine, I need to know what you've gotten out of today. So we'll know that what we're doing is serving our community to its highest good.
Absolutely.
Anything to add, Jazz, before the Q&A?
I think we just echo, our graduates here who said it was just the best 10 weeks of their life and how it just really provided so many, resources and exposure, and if you didn't see it on our bio slide, Shannon and I are both Academy alumni. We went through the Academy ourselves and it has changed our life all the better. And we know that it will be a great community for you as well.
Yes. All right. We're going to welcome Paige, who also is a staff member. Hey, Ms. Horton, to see you come in. A lot of our alumni came to support. So in the numbers that's here, all the people here coming to represent, we appreciate our alumni making sure that their faces in the place as well. But Paige, any questions for us that we can answer?
Yeah, we have a couple in the Q&A. The first one is, do you work with experience-based businesses, for example, putting on live events?
That is a great question. And I'm going to answer that not only for experience-based, but if you're watching this or watching the replay or sharing with a friend, the nonprofit portion of that as well. Experience-based, nonprofit, for-profit, they all have the same foundation. Yeah. There are a couple differences in the sense of if you're selling a product versus selling tickets, or if you're a nonprofit and how you get money versus selling a product, right? There are nuances to everything. But the things that we teach in those 10 weeks, the foundational information, understanding your accounting, defining what legal structure you would be, knowing your customer, understanding your mission, figuring out how much to charge, what's your break-even point, understanding the marketplace. Those are all foundational information, and it'll help you then think about your business in a more dynamic, robust way. So yes, if you are an experience-based business, this will still be a good experience for you. You may have to tweak a couple little things just to make sure it fits what you need, but the foundation in and of itself is the same.
Great. That's great. Also networking, events-based businesses. It's a great networking opportunity. Okay. Yeah. One last question in the Q&A. We have, what advice do you have for a business that has been stagnant in a field that seems to be saturated?
Oh, that's a great question. I would love whoever asked that if you would actually give me the industry, but let me talk generally. I'll let Jazz talk generally as well. And if you want to drop the actual industry, we maybe can give you a couple little ideas to maybe get that party going. And so stagnation in the industry and saturation, all those things are true experiences, but they are not periods. They're not stop signs. They're not red lights. They are yellow lights. They are yield signs, right? They're telling you to pivot. And so there's no such thing, in my opinion, as a truly saturated market if you understand your differentiator. For example, Black people are a 1 trillion with a T trillion-dollar buying power. But bigger marketplaces, bigger makeup lines just now started to act like Black women wear makeup. Fenty Beauty came in the 2017, 2018, and became a billionaire in an industry that has been around since, I don't know, the beginning of time. Why? Because she saw what everybody else was looking the other way from. Exactly. So the makeup industry is 1,000% saturated. And yes, you can say Rihanna is a celebrity. Well, Mented is one that really specializes in the color saturation for Indian women because they have a different underpigmentation. Brown is not brown, it's not brown, right? Indian women have a different melanization, something like that, than Black women. So they were like, I'm going to serve Indian women in makeup. And they have only gone on social media. They weren't even in stores until Target picked them up. And they were still making 7 figures. So I know you put in here event design. I think if you're doing event design, you have to niche down. Baby showers are becoming the Met Gala. You only do baby showers, but baby, you do baby showers better than any baby has ever been showered. Do you hear what I'm saying? Proms are now like weddings. So what does it look like for you to be a prom event designer? If people are now getting married outside more than inside, because now, especially in Nashville, most of the places are getting smaller because it's less retail space, but it's a lot of greenery and public parks and backyards. So what does it look like for you to be a backyard wedding planner? That may scare you because you may make you feel like I have to say no to other things. But when you specialize in something that you specialize in, nobody else can go to no other place. And you're going to be so busy that you're not going to have time to do these other things because what you do best is going through the roof. So I believe in you. I believe that what you're doing right now, you have talents, but maybe you just haven't either marketed it well, been more specific so people can know that you're speaking exactly to them and really know where your client and clientele are regarding your prices and your services.
Absolutely.
Anything to add, Jess?
I wrote something down and you already said it. She mentioned about being specific. And then, as we said earlier about your marketing, you're creating an experience for them. You're creating memories. So even the way that you market and you speak to your customers, speak to them in a way where they can visualize it, and where they can picture themselves in it, and they leave saying, listen, sis is a must-have and not a nice to have. Like I gotta, get her. And then from there comes the referrals because people who are showing up, they're saying, man, how you went all out for her this whole experience, it was effortless. They just showed up and they were just able to sit down and just really enjoy the whole event. I want you to do that for me. So like you said, also just be specific about what it is you do and what you do well.
Yeah. Any other questions? We would love to talk while y'all drop those in the chat or in the Q&A. Before we let you go, I want to just read some things that we may have seen. Yes, people are saying that they highly recommend it. It's a fantastic program. This was a blessing. They were empowered and motivated, and it had some great takeaways, good knowledge and motivation, and that graduation was lit, and it absolutely was. So if anybody else, and I don't know if who asked that question, I hope I answered it, but we really want to make sure that you guys know that we're here to support you. Thank you so much for joining, guys. You're going to get so many emails from us that are going to have a lot of bonuses and information. So make sure you read every single thing and do us a favor. If you are someone should be enrolled in the Academy, has a business dream, and they want to turn it into the money-making reality, not only tell them to join our next webinar, which may happen next month, or share the replay with them, but tell them to sign up to be randomized to see if they get a seat. Y'all have a good, listen, we have 250 seats. So it's not like we got 5. We have 250, but we have more people than that that's interested. But you have a good chance of being randomized and being selected. So we want to make sure that you put your name in the hat. You can't win the lotto if you don't play the lotto, okay? And you have better odds with us in the lottery. So we are so excited to see you all in class, hopefully really soon. And if nothing else, we hope you learned a lot from today's masterclass. Share it with a friend, and we'll be in touch via email. Yes. Let me ask you. Somebody says we're still receiving the ebook no matter what. Yeah, absolutely. If you're on our email list, if you put your email in there, you're receiving the ebook, you're receiving the invite to the free summer mixer, and we have some really good information that we've already created because we want to make sure that all of your businesses thrive. If it's from us or anywhere else, you deserve it, and we love you. We want to make sure that you do your best. So yes, woohoo! You're welcome. You'll get that ebook in the coming days, and make sure you share this with a friend. Okay. We'll see you guys soon. All right. Bye bye.